Hey everybody, this is Giancarlo Aulino reporting for Heavy.com and the Game Plan, and I'm happy to be joined by my guest today who's going to be talking about his recent partnership with Phorm Energy as well as this new nationwide launch of their new flavor that's going to be supporting an excellent cause. He is a current UFC lightweight and former Bellator lightweight champion, Iron Michael Chandler. How you doing, Michael?
Giancarlo, man, I'm doing great, man. If I was doing any better, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. So we're doing great. It's good.
That's great. And Michael, you recently joined the Phorm Energy team there, and you're going to be one of their athletes. And this new nationwide launch of their flavor that's going to be supporting veterans and their families. So, how did this all come about for you? This partnership and just being a part of this great cause there.
Man, I've been a fan of the foundation of the brand for forever. Obviously, I'm a St. Louis kid, born and raised. So Anheuser-Busch has been on the Mount Rushmore of St. Louis, so to speak, right? So it's been really, really cool. It was a match made in heaven because ultimately the drinks are amazing. The energy is natural and ingredients are awesome, but it's really the kind of the foundation of who they are and who I am, that we just do the work, man. We do the work. We show up every single day. We set a standard for ourselves and we hold the standard. And that's a life that that's a life that I have built over the years. And it's a match made in heaven. And then obviously now with the partnership with Folds of Honor. So the new flavor, the Phorm Energy Folds of Honor Cherry Slush, a portion of the proceeds of every single can go to benefit Folds of Honor, which provides educational scholarship for fallen soldiers, men and women in uniform, and first responders. So I play in the softball game every year, the golf tournament every year, go to the gala. And I've been connected with Folds of Honor for a really long time. So it's just a really awesome team, really awesome mission, and the sky's the limit.
That's great. And you've been a part of this, so it's not just you're lending your name and likeness to them. Like you've actually had a relationship with Folds of Honor. So was that like an easy decision to make there to support this cause and help this initiative?
100%, man. I've got, a lot of contacts in my phone from Folds of Honor because we're all always constantly in contact, whether it's ways that they get involved in what I'm doing or I'm getting involved in what they're doing, or I've got another friend doing some other cool event that Folds of Honor wants to be a part of. It's just such an awesome organization, and the mission behind it is so pure and so honest and so impactful. Every single time I do something with Folds of Honor, it's I feel like I'm wanting to be more, do more, and become more. So if it wasn't for the men and women in uniform, we wouldn't be able to be on this call right now, and enjoying the freedoms and the liberties that we have every single day. So it's a mission near and dear to my heart, and I'm not surprised whatsoever that Phorm Energy has come into the fold, for lack of a better word, come into the fold because they stand for a lot of the same things. So it's a really cool, and it's a partnership match made in heaven.
That's great. And also, you yourself too, being a fighter for so many years, everybody knows about your professionalism. You're always making weight, no matter how tough it is. Getting down to 155, especially as you get older, I'm sure could be tough on you. So, how has your workout routine maybe changed over time from when you started your career?
It's a good question. I think it's changed a little bit in the sense that I have learned. I still work extremely hard, but I do focus a little bit more on recovery as well as working smarter, not harder. But with that, if you're not putting in as many intense hours because you want to preserve the body, you've also got to be a lot more disciplined in the kitchen with your supplementation and in your sleep and in your recovery. So, as I've aged and as I've gotten older, my discipline levels have gone up and up and up. Even if sometimes the workload sometimes goes down in order to preserve the body and training smart. But it's just a delicate dance. And I'm just a man of my word in every sense of the word, in every single aspect of my word. So I've never pulled out of a fight, and I've never missed weight. And I don't plan on doing that ever in my entire career. So it's something that's very important to me. It blows my mind that you would sign your name to a contract and then not fulfill said contract. And I want to be a guy who's a man of my word, because if your word is no good, then eventually you are no good. And I've lived by that for the last couple decades.
And also too with Phorm Energy, like having an energy drink as you work out, you want to have the clean ingredients into it and make sure you don't have that crash afterwards. So what's been your experience like when you're having an energy drink during your training, and Is there a recommended time that you would suggest to others, like maybe before training or after training, that to get the best benefits from it?
Well, I'm definitely not a medical professional, but me personally, yeah, I like to drink one before a workout. About 30 minutes before. But it is a natural, sustained energy with green tea extract. So that's what kind of separates it from a lot of the other products on the market. Um, and yeah, man, I've added it into my daily routine. I can't tell you where I'm filming Roadhouse right now. I don't think I can, but I definitely had a couple in my bag when I went out there and was filming on set for Roadhouse too. So I could travel with them, make sure I got them with me wherever I go.
Yeah, that's great. Congratulations on that role there in Roadhouse. Nice sequel. I saw the first one, and just a nice segue there because Conor McGregor was in that one. You've been linked to a fight with him for a long time. You got a chance to be on the Ultimate Fighter, interact with them, size them up a little bit. So, what was your, I guess, interactions with Conor McGregor during that filming process?
My interactions were, pretty cordial. Obviously he does a good job of turning it on for the cameras, so to speak. And then when the cameras go off, he's, a little bit more normal, a little bit less confrontational. But I think there's just a huge level of respect between Connor and I. It, contrary to popular belief, yeah, there's some animosity here and there in this sport. Obviously, some guys legitimately don't like each other. But man, you don't have to hate somebody to want to go out there and finish them in a fight. It's just theatrics and stuff at that point sometimes. But Connor and I have a lot of respect for each other, and I think that's why you're seeing this fight stay alive, and why we're talking about this fight at the White House in June or July of next year, whenever it is. But we won't know for a couple months, and we'll all be waiting on pins and needles.
And also, you had that fight fall through. It was supposed to be International Fight Week, a headliner. So, when you see like what's gonna be maybe coming out of it, being a headliner at the White House, like is it you look at it maybe fate and it's maybe it wasn't meant to be there, but you look at the White House and I'm sure that for you as an American fighter, that would be like the pinnacle of where to fight and just the honor of being a part of that event.
Yeah, I think a lot of people know where my faith lies, and I think sometimes a no is sometimes just a not yet, and sometimes you got to thank God for unanswered prayers, and sometimes the biggest letdowns turn into become the biggest blessings. So yeah, I mean, if you look at it and it all works out that way, you look back and say, man, if a bad thing happens to you, but a good thing comes from it, you got to ask yourself, was it really a bad thing? And I've seen that happen in my life millions and millions of times. So I think I've just really kind of taken the old proverb, the old maybe proverb, to heart these days, where when something happens to you, whether it's good or bad, and you got everybody saying, "Oh man, I feel so bad for you that happened," you're like, "Well, maybe." Or if something really great happens to you, everyone's pumping your tires and they're all pumped up for you. They're like, "Oh, I'm so happy for you." And you're like, "Well, maybe," because you never quite know how things are going to work out. You never know. Things that were perceived awesome turn out to be not so great, and things that were perceived tragedies turn out to be awesome for you. And it's happened to me in my lifetime and time again. And I think it would be an awesome storybook ending to not my career, but the story of the saga of the Ultimate Fighter 31, Chandler versus McGregor, kind of close that chapter on the South Lawn of the White House.
That would be great to see. And before we wrap up, Michael, I just want to ask you this because I like to ask a lot of fighters this, and some of them give some unique answers. But if you were to go back to 2009 and see that Michael Chandler, fresh out of college wrestling, about to start his MMA career, and you would see the established Michael Chandler today that's won Bellator championships and fighting in the UFC, Fight of the Year candidates, what advice would you give to your younger self?
It's a really good question, man. I think more than anything, I would just tell him, hey, man, just keep doing what you know is right, and it's all going to work out eventually. Because I've had a lot of times in my career where it felt like a career death sentence. Had a lot of times in my career where I wasn't sure where this career was going to go, if this career was going to end, and then eventually it all just works out. And I think ultimately, um, things usually work out for he who continues to diligently pound the pavement and keep his nose to the grindstone and keep doing the right things, being a man of his word, keeping a good reputation, never burning bridges, and just doing the right thing. And it may not be the best way to get the amount of clicks and the amount of views that a lot of people want in the sport or professional athletics, but ultimately you can lay your head on the pillow at night knowing you did it your way, and your way felt authentic to you, and it's all going to work out. And it's not that people don't do the right things, is that it's that people don't do the right things for long enough. And my life is a living testament of that. And here we are, where I'm at right now, and enjoying the fruits of my labor.
It's great advice. I appreciate you sharing that. And Michael, I appreciate you sharing your time with me and talking about this exciting partnership that you have there. I think it's a really great cause what you're doing with Folds of Honor. And I wish you all the best with this and hope to see you on that White House card fighting Conor McGregor.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.